everybody else. He just rich.
Welcome everybody to the Friday Live, brought to you by the Hood. If anybody watching this on a replay, shout out to you. If you're tuning in for the first time, By the Hood is a place where we talk about Black wealth and culture, and all things business. But I'm joined by my partner in crime, Corey. Corey, what's up, good brother?
What it is though? How's everybody doing, man? Y'all, how y'all doing, good brothers?
Everybody good, man. Listen, for the folks coming in, I see our folks coming in now. In a couple minutes, we'll have more folks here. Let us know who's here. Please do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the love button, all that stuff, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, man. We got our brother joining us today, man, have a conversation. Like I said, we talk about all things Black wealth and culture, man. We got Dion, the founder of Black People Parenting, in the building. Dion, what's up, good brother?
Kind of good people. Long time no talk, long time no see. I hope everybody is well, but I'm here,
Absolutely. Let's have this great conversation, man. We got Jose, you know what I'm saying, from NY. Jose's in the building.
What it is, though.
Your God, Jose. What's up, Jose? Lockett's in the building. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you. Cookie is here. Cookie, what's good? We got Lamont in the building. We got GC in the building. What's up with you, GC? How are you? Yeah, man. So, man, a lot to talk about, man. The title of the show is Elon Kills Twitter. Which is kind of drawing, but it is what it is, man. Yo, I was sitting there thinking last night. People were joking, but they were on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't follow me on Twitter, hit me up at JW the Blueprint. I'm on Twitter all crazy, but people were talking about like, damn, if this is the end of Twitter, and they were bringing up some of the memories from Twitter, and I was like, yo, Twitter used to be a fun place, yo.
Yeah.
Back in like 2008, Twitter was wild, a whole different place. But
2008 to 2010, Twitter was monumental, man. Like,
dog,
he changed everything. Like Shaq did a tweet. Shaq did a tweet from his from the locker room and changed the way Twitter was done, man. Like he did a live real time tweet from the locker room when he was playing for Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
Changed the way and changed. People was like, "Why Shaq on Twitter? It's halftime of a basketball game."
I'm not even talking about him or celebrities. I'm talking about just the wildness that went on. But at the end of the day, though, man, I was like, "Damn, that's a lot of memories, man." I'm like, he can't kill Twitter, man. But let's get into it, though. Let's get into this conversation. Let me share this article real quick, just to give the folks who living under the rock have an idea of what it is we're talking about, right? So, Elon been wild since he took over, man. He paid billions of dollars for Twitter. So this article from the New York Times says Elon Musk's Twitter teeters on the edge after another 1,200 employees leave. Mr. Musk sent emails on Friday asking to learn about Twitter's underlying technology as key infrastructure teams have been decimated. So he sent out an email to employees allegedly saying, like, look, it's about to be a whole lot of hard work. Who's in, who's out, and folks to start leaving.
My man said, everybody got to come back to the office. We about to up your hours and keep y'all pay the same.
Can't do that.
So a couple questions. Let me finish reading some of this. So anyone who actually writes software, please report to the 10th floor at 2 p.m. today. He wrote in a 2-paragraph message. And the funny thing is, every time he writes an email to employees, they automatically take it right to the media, which is crazy. About 30 minutes later, Mr. Musk sent another email saying he wanted to learn about Twitter's tech stack, a term used to describe the company's software and related systems. Then in another email, he asked some people to fly to Twitter's headquarters in San Fran and meet in person. So Twitter is teetering on the edge as Mr. Musk remakes the company after buying it for $44 billion last month. The billionaire has pushed relentlessly to put his imprint on the social media service, slashing 50% of his workforce, firing dissenters, pursuing new subscription products. So we're on and on about what he's done thus far since taking over. But here it says, now the question is whether he is going too far. So a bunch of people have resigned, and it just led to a whole lot of craziness that's going on Twitter. So one of the things I want to talk about is what GC just said, and let me pull it up real fast because I think this is probably true. I don't think Twitter's going anywhere. Dude just paid over $40 billion for the app, right? So when you pay this $40 billion, things are going to have to change. It's not really going anywhere. Dion on deck for that KD3 and FTX review. Listen, Dion, you already know what it is, Jamil.
It's hip-hop from here, Jamil.
What's good with you, Tay? All right, but here's the thing, though. Here's the question I have. Whole other side. When I saw this and I saw what was going on and the people being fired and how they were treated, the question I have is Elon also exposing some things with what he's doing at Twitter? Because the information that's coming out from the other side is that, yo, folks had like 10 and 15 managers like that they had to report to. It's a bunch of folks making 6-figure salaries that do absolutely nothing. And he is kind of like pointing out how this has to happen for this company to move forward. Like they're bleeding money because a lot of it's just strictly being wasted. And, you know, I understand people are up in arms because funny thing is the same people up in arms are the people that love him. Like he has sycophants that y'all be rooting for billionaires, which is mind boggling to me. Like folks be like, who's your favorite billionaire? Like anyway, but so now they're up in arms because of how he's handling the company. But my question is, does something like this has to happen for the company to move forward? And is he exposing anything that's in the tech industry? Like, I want to get you guys' opinion on that.
I don't know if he's exposing the whole tech industry. I know he's exposing the hell out of that single tech company.
Okay.
Because if I think that a lot of companies are inefficient. And that, I mean, there's fat that need to be trimmed. I don't know about 5,900 jobs though. He fired 5,000 people last week, and another 1,200 bounced this week though. Like, so I don't know. He might have trimmed too much fat, right? Because you know you got the stories about him having the cardboard back so he can get into his own offices and all. Like, it's all kinds of crazy stories.
It's like Core, when you have a joint and she kind of thick and like she start losing weight and you're like, okay, sis, I see you, and then she goes too far.
Yeah, chill. Don't lose the buns. Like, don't lose the buns trying to lose the belly. You know what I mean? I mean, so it's, you know, it's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what Elon out here doing. You know what I mean? Like, so he out here trimming the buns to, you know, to trim the belly, and I don't know if that's good, man.
Dion, what do you think about this?
I think he's doing it the wrong way, right? Like, I think that since COVID, like people want to be treated by their employer, you know, with respect, right? And I don't think you could come in here and say, oh, well, you got to come back to the office. Like, nah, like people ain't going for that. Like, for the most part, people, they are content with being able to work from home, being able to, you know, not necessarily set their own schedule, you know, kind of run their own play. And if you do all of this coming back in and say, oh, this is going to be the thing, people ain't going for that, man. Like, we've already seen, like, what was it? The quiet quitting that was going on a couple months ago.
That's the new term. That's the new term, quiet quitting.
That's the worst term in the history of the worst bad terms, but I'll get back to that.
Okay.
But people ain't really pressed to be in that office, man. And like, people are like, work culture is a thing. So like, even if the company survives and if I work in tech, like, I know this ain't the place for me to work. You know what I'm saying? Because the culture is bad and people don't want to work anywhere where the culture is bad. So even if he need to trim the fat, I think there was a better way he could have done it. But I think him being him, like, he don't know how to have any couth or any tact or anything like that. So I think he's gonna come back and bite him in the ass. Yeah,
time will tell, right? So you said a lot right there in terms of like culture and how people feel about the company moving forward. It's almost like I see in I've talked to like cats that are in the NBA, and one of the things they talk about off the record a lot of times is like how other players get treated with teams and how like all the players in the league know like we ain't gonna play for them. Like, they'll never say it, but this is why cats be able to get out of their contract when they're having like 5 years left, because as an owner, you don't want to be the a-hole that holds somebody back and then the rest of the great players look at your squad like, I'm never going there. So anyway, but I want to get to some of these comments over here because, again, the part that I'm seeing, though, is, again, it depends upon who you believe, that there's a lot of fat to be trimmed. And I think that it's going to expose, and someone mentioned it here, so let me get to it, though. I know Twitter doesn't need all those employees. GC also says that. Same with Facebook and Google. They don't need all those employees either, right? And Lamont says Twitter overhaul and Amazon drop is exposing high PE multiples because of overpaid employees, etc. Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, that's the point I was trying to make. Like, I think there's the other part of this, but he's exposing some stuff. So Jose says bloat and overhead is a capital drain. Him exposing the bloat has potential to make the company better, but how he's doing it is whack. So that's what I'm doing.
That's to your point, Dion.
Yeah, it's not what you're doing, it's how you're doing it, right? Yeah. So like you said, it's a different way.
I think that like the only way that Twitter makes revenue is through advertisers. None of this is like compelling to advertisers to make you want to come over. Like with the whole thing he did with the verification.
I disagree with that.
Why?
Because advertisers like companies that had the potential to make money, right? And with cutting the fat and the bloat and all of that kind of stuff.
They don't care about that. Advertisers care about how much money you can make for them. They don't care about your business.
Yeah, because but if your business is running well, you have the potential to make them more money.
Yeah, but so the advertisers have pushed back a little bit. So now he's doing like certain things to kind of appease to them because they have fought back, because they also don't want to be associated with the company that, you know what I mean, that got a foul reputation. Yeah. So that's also part of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. It's like black folks with music artists, right? Like once you get to the R. Kelly level, like we're not gonna rock with you for real, for the most part. A lot of us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you're on the Trey Songz level of doing dirt, we might listen to jams. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna still. But, you know, if we stepping in the name of love, people will look at us sideways, right? So that's how the advertisers are. Like, I'm not gonna rock with them if people like looking at me sideways, like, why are you still advertising with Twitter? Like,
that's a wild analogy, man.
It's real quick. I mean, the ugliest part about the analogy is it's true.
No, it is. Yeah, we like a little bit of toxicity. Like, you know what I mean? Breezy's still cool, but, you know, R. Kelly went too far. All right, so real quick, Jamil says, also, why has the firing and hiring freeze amongst the tech industry being pushed as overall representation of unemployment and recession within the economy when the service industry can barely keep a high reliable staff? Well, I mean, you said it in your question. It's the service industry, right? Service industry already has problems keeping staff, but
yeah, because service industry is long hours and not a lot of upside. You know what I mean? Like that's always going to be a high turnover gig.
Mm-hmm. All right, so shout to Pass, our brother Pass is in the building. He says in IT, intellectual property is major. There's always that guy that knows everything in the group, and when he leaves or is inadvertently let go, there's trouble. Yo, I agree with that, Antonio. I think that's with any organization. There's always that person that you can't lose, and I mean, maybe he knows who that person is. And some of them people keep all the information close to vest because that's kind of like their leverage. So we'll see. Because I mean, every time I look up and the news is on, and again, there's a lot of hyperbole too. It seems like more and more people are leaving. FTX was being ran by a few hundred employees, and their platform was fine. Maybe not the best example after the scandal came out, but it's true. Yeah, they were running the scandal. Yo, the thing about FTX, the more information that comes out, the more you make
it gets ugly. Yo, what's the boy that was running those companies at the after 2008, and he took over for FTX? What's the boy name? The boy that's running FTX now. That because you know they got a boy from the
SEC running free something. Yeah, like two names, like two last names, free something.
Yeah. So the boy that took over for the Enron, the boy who ran Enron after, you know what I mean, I think the boy John Ray III. He was like, yo, he said Enron was terrible. He said FTX is double and triple worse than Enron.
Yeah, but I think the more information that comes out makes me realize, just like, again, how we put so much stock into organizations and companies, right? We look at these companies, Sequoia Capitals, all these big companies with these names and reputations, and we just assume that they handle business on a certain level. And, you know, they ain't no better than, like, you know, my uncle that gamble a lot, right? They be flying, like, some of them did no due diligence. When I was reading that, they don't even have a board of directors in the company. They was just literally in the crib in the Bahamas, smashing each other and stealing money. Like,
yeah, they had see, I can't even say this. I'm not. Never mind. No, I was ready to get us demonetized.
No, but it was wilding, man.
Yeah, because I'm not fully up on the FTX story. Like I see it in passing a lot. So how did they? I know they lost all of their money, right? How did it?
It was complete fraud. It's a long story, but to make it short, it wasn't anything. It wasn't anything specific to crypto. They were just thieves for the most part, right? And they created a token that had no value.
Then they created
those collateral. So it was they were thieves. They were crooks, but
and everybody was pushing their money through there. And then the boy from Binance exposed them and put them out on Front Street.
So, but the point that GC makes though is legit still, because it wasn't a matter of their platform falling down or their platform not working. They were just crooks. But yet and still, they were able to run $1 billion platform with 10 folks.
Multi-billion-dollar platform. There was 10 people running that joint.
So when you think about it that way, right now, again, different businesses, and there's all kinds of other things you have to worry about. But it just goes to show that, and I think who was that earlier? I don't want to say the wrong name. It was the Lamont made the point that Lamont made. Like a lot of this is bloated, and it probably goes across the tech sector, and everything has been good for the last 10 years. Everybody been eating for the last decade, right? But now, like, the curtain gonna be pulled back on a lot of stuff. So we'll see. It's going to expose a lot of. It's like this in real estate all the time. When the real estate market fluctuates, you start to see what landlord is really sitting on. You know what I'm saying?
Sitting on what? Who's sitting on what?
Yeah. It's only so long fake thugs can pretend, right? So let's see, right? So he said, dude loaned himself like $3.3 billion. Must be $3 billion, yo. I need some bread. Let me get $3 billion. All right, so. And he heard that SBF invested in Sequoia, so basically they were just using the money he already put into Sequoia to pump into his valuation, which is also fraudulent. I mean, I should say immoral, because I don't know whether it's actual fraud. Paz says the IT industry does this ever so often. They do it to cap salaries and to allow other industries to absorb the labor. Back in the .com crash, the government absorbed the IT to ramp themselves up. Now it will be automakers. So it's what makes you say automakers, Paz? So Paz, all right, I see what Paz going with it. I see the whole thought process, but I want to say why automakers though, Paz? What makes you say automakers out of
because we about to go to the electric car age. I know where you know what I mean, and they about
I get that, but
autonomous cars and these autonomous cars and these electric cars about to get it popping.
All right, but what I'm saying is, like, there's also several other industries. Like, technology is always improving every industry, but I was just wondering what made him say that specifically. Was it something that he saw or read, or Sam Bankman-Fried was on his Nature Boy Carbon Nation-ish. Yeah, he was out of control, man. Yeah. So at the end of the day, though, I think GC's assessment is true. It's not going anywhere. It's too much money invested in it, and there's people that will never leave that platform. Like,
that's not true, man. We just watched it.
No.
A $50 billion company go bankrupt in 5 days, bro.
Yeah, but that was fraud. That was complete fraud. I'm saying people
were talking Twitter or
FTX.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is different stuff, though. That's fraud. They all about to go to jail. Twitter's doing nothing illegal that I know of. This is just like whether you consider it mismanagement or actually great management. All depends upon how it plays out. But there are people that won't leave the platforms. People be like, Snapchat is dead. There are millions of people that use Snapchat every day. Right?
Yeah, they ain't going nowhere.
So is it generating funds though? Like,
well, it's not competing with the big boys, but it depends upon, right? So, and that's another thing about like business in general. Is like everybody's idea of success is different, right? Everybody is always in hyper growth mode. But they have a functioning business, and they still have millions of users that they can serve. And all it takes is one idea. And with social media, people flip flop back and forth. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, when you think about social media, you really don't have to choose. I can be on Snapchat, TikTok, IG, Facebook. Now, obviously, you're probably going to gravitate towards one to use more, but that doesn't mean I can't be on all of them. So that'll be interesting. There's a new social media app I saw the other day that was interesting. It was like I'm trying to think of the name of this joint. It was an app where, peep this, they were trying to be the anti-Instagram. If anybody knows the name of this app, let me know. They have this thing where, and it's growing crazy, so don't be surprised if you hear about it soon, where once a day, you have to snap a picture of whatever you're doing at that time. And you don't know what time they're going to ask you to do it. But everybody on the app gets the notice to do it, and they give you like 5 minutes to snap a picture wherever you're at. And the idea is you have to be your true, authentic self, right? So you can't be like fronting for the gram and all that, because you have to snap a picture right where you're at, or you don't get the post for that day. That's it. Yo, GC be on it. He be on it, though. It's called Be Real. Yeah. Wow. And but the growth is crazy, and he just said that too. Like, the growth is crazy because some people are like, man, this is the only authentic app in social media, because you can't front, you can't doctor up stuff and do all the things that you do traditionally in social media. So I found that to be interesting. So something that I see you over there taking notes, Dion, something to look out for.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be real. I wrote it down. Yeah. I downloaded Fanbase today, actually. which I think is, has the potential to do something. It's a Black-owned social media by Isaac Hayes III. Yeah. So I downloaded that. I made the jump over there. And I just think that, I think social, like, we talk about history a lot. Like every social media platform has its lifespan. Like MySpace had its lifespan. Black Planet had its lifespan. In this new age, like 2010 and up, like we don't know what the lifespan is anymore. So, once people start migrating off of the platform, I think this very well could be the end of Twitter, like whether he wanted to be or not. You know what I'm saying? Just because people are leaving because of the bad press that they're getting. I think
they have a unique space in all this, though, right? Like, so I think
they're like a news station right now.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But outside beyond that, though, I think that the whole social media landscape has changed. Facebook became the big behemoth. Once they were allowed to purchase Instagram, that's a game changer. Because I laugh all the time when people tell me, man, I don't know how you on Facebook. I'm only on IG. And I'll be like, it literally says Instagram by Facebook on there. Like, but people still say that. People still say that. And I think that they have the ability to acquire companies, right? So we haven't seen anything like that. Like with the way they bought WhatsApp, the way they bought like Instagram. Now, again, some people will say that this whole idea of them with Meta might be a mistake. I don't know. Time will tell.
Not a mistake.
We don't know. Time will tell. Because here's the thing: people haven't embraced AR and VR the way that everybody thought they would, right? So
we're still going there though. Like they still need to get out front. They're doing the right thing, even if it hurts business now. Because you got to get out front.
Maybe listen. I can't predict.
Because they don't want to be blockbusters. They don't want to be blockbuster, right?
I don't try to predict. I'm just saying that some people were saying.
I'm just saying, listen, even if they're wrong, they still needed to get out front because you don't want to be blockbuster. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to say we're going to do it this way because that's the way we always did it.
So all right, so it's one thing to put your toe in the water and be like, all right, I'm in this space, I'm doing this. It's another thing to change the name of your company and go as hard as they're going though. Like they went, they ain't flirting, dog. They went and got the full relationship. You know what I mean? But again, time will tell. But my point though, Dion, was that I think the landscape is different because they became a big behemoth that had the ability to acquire other companies. I wonder if what's the guy's name, Evan Spiegel, whether he ever looks back and wonders if he should have sold Snapchat to Facebook the opportunity that he had, because he could have got a big position in Facebook and made billions of dollars. I mean, but I wonder, like, so the thing is though, it's just very interesting, man. And also I sit and think about Google. Google tried to buy Twitter a long time ago. And I sit back and see where they fit in all this. How are they watching this? I see what they're doing with YouTube. And shout out to all our people on YouTube, man. Make sure you share our videos, subscribe, and all that. But again, social media moves so fast, but it's moving fast. But one thing that's consistent is the amount of people that use Facebook products. That's crazy.
Absolutely.
Let me get back to some of these comments. All right, so here's what Pastor says about that. Automakers for the EV and AI stuff. Jaguar already making a special site to hire them. So Jaguar's out front. Elizabeth Holmes just got sentenced. Yeah, I heard she got like 11 and some change.
11 years.
Yeah, yo, her scamming was crazy though. She was really like, she was out of control, yo.
Was she a better scammer than Hush Puppy?
No.
Nobody's better than Hush Puppy. He's
the GOAT.
Yo, I had no idea who Boy was. Boy is he's a scammer god, yo.
He's a scam god. Yes, he is.
Yes,
God scam god. So where does this leave the future stability of crypto.com, KuCoin,
Maxi and Bybit?
Who cares? All right, so the fact of the matter is I think they will be tested. If they do what they were supposed to do, then they'll be okay. But I mean,
how, Jim?
What'd you say?
Test it how?
Tested in terms of whether they have the reserves they're supposed to have, right?
They're going to test the liquidity of all of these joints.
Yeah, the liquidity will be tested.
All of these joints about to get a liquidity test. Every single one of these joints going to get a liquidity test.
But with that being said, I don't think this is all right. Here's another conversation that we need to have, right? Crypto, and I hate crypto because there's crypto and there's Bitcoin. They're not the same things. I've been consistently saying that. As a matter of fact, if you look at my Facebook profile photo, that's literally we were teaching a class, and that's literally I was screaming at the top of my lungs. Bitcoin and crypto, they're two different things. They don't do the same thing. So don't
They're not trying to solve the same issues.
All right, but with that being said, though, when you look at where we're at in terms of time, this kind of stuff has to happen.
Yep.
When you look at the SEC and all the different organizations that are in charge with protecting the consumer, they didn't start that way. Where do people think they came from? They came from issues, bank runs happening, things happening. Even the actual Federal Reserve, like these all came about because of problems in the system, right? This kind of stuff has to happen for an asset class to mature. You can't have rainbows without rain.
Man, like, listen. Why is alcohol and tobacco the biggest products in America? Why they not class A drugs like weed? Right? Because they went through prohibition, right? And so now, you know what I mean? But they went through prohibition, they got regulated, now they're able to be taxed. And that's really basically what was happening with crypto.
Yeah.
That's basically what's about to happen.
Shout out to our sister Latoya. She's dropping an ass for a hall pass. She's out supporting the new black-owned Chick-fil-A.
You got it.
It's a new black-owned Chick-fil-A in Philadelphia. Everybody who don't know, it's right on St. Line Avenue. It's a sister. And she's the first in the city, the first black woman to own a Chick-fil-A.
She's flooded.
Is she the same that owns the rest of them around the country?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think so. I read a little bit about her.
I think.
Yeah, she's new. This is her first one, but she's local and she got it on St. Line Ave. So shout out to her. Lorraine, what's up, Lorraine? Lorraine asked a question. Are y'all on Clubhouse? So yes and no. I was on Clubhouse, like when Clubhouse was popping, like during the pandemic and everything. But to be honest, I got tired of it real fast. I thought that it was going to be revolutionary and a game changer because I saw all the possibilities, but it was so much cap. It was so much cap and nonsense. And that's why, I call it Cap House. We used to call it Cap House. Like it was so wow. Like
it was trash.
So much scamming going on. And once Twitter created Twitter Spaces, I don't know how, but they somehow made a better version of what Clubhouse was doing. So I have an account there, and I got a lot of folks on there too, but I don't use it at all.
I ain't even been on that joint. I ain't been on there since we did our last Black Wealth Project joint on there. I ain't even looked at that joint. Listen, I gave my iPhone to my 4-year-old. That's how much disrespect I got for it.
I was on Android now. We was on it. Remember back in the day, they wasn't even on Android. You had to get an iPhone. Yeah,
it's on Android now?
Yeah.
So if I wanted to get on Cap House, I could just put it on my phone, huh?
Yeah. Core about to go to the After Dark Clubhouse joints.
February.
February 33rd. When I got up there and started talking about how people like, we want to hear how you moan, I was like, nah, this ain't for me.
Yeah.
So Clubhouse After Dark is a real thing, huh?
Yes, they have moan rooms. Like, nah.
Yo, we definitely did, yo. And you would go in them joints, like I go to the city, like, all you just hear a bunch of chicks. I'm like, yo, what's going on? What are we doing?
This can't be life. This cannot be life.
What are we actually doing? Pastor's talking about crypto, so this is nothing but a stress test. Only thing sustaining Clubhouse is WAC 100. Him and 21 Savage. That's probably
21 Savage. That's it.
Maybe
21 is invested in.
You said 21 the best thing on there?
No, he's invested in it.
Ah, okay. Yeah. So is WAC. WAC 2. WAC beat, man. Anyway. So Lorraine says that I just visit a few curated spaces. # Team Android. Yeah, so that's how I am on more like Cap House. Exactly. So that's how I am on Twitter Spaces. I go to a lot of the Bitcoin Twitter Spaces. A lot of great information on there.
Yeah. Curated spaces is good almost on every platform though. Like same thing with Facebook. If you go to to the right curated spaces, you get it. It's like on every platform. You know what I mean? Like when you find your tribe and you get into a space where the BS is at a minimum, that's your space. You know what I mean? Like it's also, like I said, it's on every social media. Every social media got that place.
Y'all both are traders. I want to show you this headline I saw today, which I found interesting, right? So this was about today, which is Friday, and it was about the the stock options that are expiring today. It says more than $2 trillion worth of stock options expire today, with a put-call ratio near levels unseen since 2001. That's crazy. So people believe that the market is going kaput. $2 trillion with a T, by the way. $2 trillion.
Hey, dizzy.
So of course the market didn't go kaput today. So,
all my puts got stopped out today.
Yeah, shout out to the market for recognizing what's going on and being like FOH. So I found that to be interesting too, as you guys being traders could appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that. Like it made me it put me in the negative for the week because all my joints got stopped out. I was sad.
What do y'all think about the fact that Twitter stock has been going up in the midst of all of this? Like their stock is
the market loves job cuts. The market loves job cuts, especially in the short term, because again, the market is like, okay, you cutting these jobs, which means the overhead about to come down, which means revenue, not revenue go up, but the percent of revenue that you get to keep goes up, which means that company automatically becomes more appealing.
Listen, it's like what you tell people, Corey. When you tell people is two ways to have more money, and what are those two ways?
To make more money or not lose none.
Or spend less, right?
Spend less, yeah.
So if I come in and I cut X amount of salary, I just gave myself more chicken.
You just gave yourself a raise.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is. Ashley is in the building. What's good, Ash? Yo, Ashley put me on IG onto this dude who got one of the funniest channels ever. The dude be watching these old commercials. And they be he finds like the wildest commercial. He don't even say nothing on this page. He just be looking at him and then look at you with the camera, like, and they be the wildest commercials ever, like from all over the world. So you can only imagine.
My man just be all over his
Yo, people are I'm amazed, like with social media, like TikTok and IG Reels, all that stuff, how creative people are. People are just creative. Like it's just amazing. Yeah. Although I'll never forget. I'm never gonna forgive some of y'all for that weird period on the internet when y'all was walking on crates and breaking y'all legs. Like, I need Netflix to do a documentary on that wild period of time.
It's gang of challenges going on, man.
That one was wild. So the ice bucket challenge was cool because y'all raised money for charity. That was a little wild too, but y'all raised money. But when y'all start walking on crates for no apparent reason,
for nothing,
that was a wild time, bro. Like. Y'all was wild.
The planking joint was wild too.
Who?
Yeah, the planking was wild because you get to find the wildest place. You just planking. You know what? I gotta create a versus to see what the people think. What was a wilder time on the internet? Planking or walking up crates? But anyway,
or the mannequin challenge. The mannequin challenge was
that was the dumbest.
See.
I'm going to say mannequin challenge. But it was a song. But you know what? I get it because there was a song attached to it. So
Black Beatles, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I'm low key a fan of them, by the way. They make some good music, but that's either here. Matter of fact, we're gonna talk about culture in a second. We got Dion on for that. So men's mental health room on Tuesdays. That's in Clubhouse. Okay.
I never
even heard about that one. What's the deal with SPY rolling out 5-day expirations? Will this go beyond?
It's getting more like Qs. The Qs got those same expirations. The Qs got every other day expirations.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, SPY they've always had 5-day expirations. Like SPY's had it for a while.
Yeah, they've been had weekly expirations.
Yeah, they got same day expert. Like, you know what I mean? SPY is the volume on SPY is ridiculous. Yeah. Cabby's never created doesn't talk. Started in 2020. Now he's mine for Hugo Boss. I saw that's the dude that just sits there and be
looking at the
Yo, he's wild too. Yeah, but
that's the black dude from TikTok.
Yeah. People are mad creative though. Like I'm amazed at how creative people are. Last thing before we get into our culture talk, I want to give a special shout out to all the students from Buy the Hood Ownership Camp, because out of everything we do, we get like the most fulfillment out of this. And Corey has shared the message we got from a parent this week, which was kind of dope. So I want to share it with y'all watching the Friday show. you know, it's posted on our IG page. She said, you know, let us know that you know, her daughter had wellness at her school, and they discussed financial literacy. And she shared what she learned from your class, and her teacher asked her what's the name of the business. So she said, By the Hood. Just thought I'd share this with you. So have a good day. So every time we get messages like this, like, you know, it makes all the trolling and everything worth it. You know what I'm saying? By the way, if you're not following us on IG, follow at By the Hood. You know, our IG page is fire.
Follow us on the Google. I'm just messing with you.
Google Plus, yo,
yeah.
Google Plus, low key was fire though. I ain't gonna hold you.
I thought Google Plus was gonna take over.
I did too. I actually
didn't catch on at all because it had the best platform. It just ain't.
But yo, they're from a product standpoint, they were far and away better than everybody else, but nobody was there.
People like, like, no, bro.
Yo, it's like you got the most amazing place, but nobody's there. Like, let me see. So he
sometimes
says,
you be ahead of the curve.
The money phone, non-melting snow.
Oh
yeah. That was some wild. Yo, there's been some wild times on the net. I just love that he's black and African. Yeah, getting to it. Fire and blackout challenges were the worst. Hold up. What was the fire and blackout challenge?
Yeah, I missed that.
When you hold your breath or something, right?
Oh yeah, that was wild because like kids were actually hurting themselves.
Man, kids was eating Tide Pods. That was a challenge. Like people be challenging
cinnamon.
Oh, the cinnamon Oh, yeah, man. See,
half these challenges I never heard of because I'm not, you know, I don't go down the social media rabbit hole as deep as y'all do, man. But I'm not for real because I mean, to be honest, like if it wasn't for Jim, I wouldn't be on social media at all.
You've been threatening to delete your Facebook all week. Corey.
No, Facebook threatened me.
I'm hoping somebody talk you off the ledge.
No, Facebook threatened me.
Yeah, she said kids actually died on the blackout challenge. So he said Spy has expirations every day. The funny thing is, I guess I paid that no mind because I thought they always had them every day because I mean, you know, maybe I was wilding because I don't do it no more though. I learned my lesson. You know what I'm saying? I got burnt one too many times going on the daily joint, trying to like scalp real fast when I'm not a scalper. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it is. I'm not into these internet challenges. Yo, me either. I don't think I've never done any near single one of them.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, no.
I just haven't, but I just know that was a wild time. I was thinking about that, like, yo, it was a wild time when y'all was walking up crates. Like, I was thinking about that the other day, like, folks were breaking their legs, and I'm like,
and they backs.
There was no purpose. Like,
they were running up the crates, running up and down the crates.
Wilding, yo. Isn't there a crazy one chip challenge now?
Like, what are y'all doing?
Hold on. What's this? Explain this one to me.
It's a chip challenge.
So they eating a chip that like supposed to be like the hottest chip in the world, and it's sending cats to the hospital.
Yeah.
Yo, why are we hurting ourselves, yo? The world is already crazy enough. Cinnamon challenge was good for diabetics. Was it? I don't know. What does cinnamon have to do with? I mean, I guess I don't understand that.
Because cinnamon's supposed to reduce inflammation and keep you from and stuff like that.
I'm too dumb to understand that. Fire challenge was setting yourself on fire while in the shower.
What?
No, I missed this one. This one.
What?
Thank God I missed this one.
Yo.
What's wrong with y'all, yo?
Yo, people on dope, yo. Like the world is on crack.
Kiki and hopping out the car, Kiki.
Yeah, that was another one. That was super popular. That was dumb as hell.
But that challenge made that record though. That challenge made that record.
So like, the mannequin challenge. That's the same thing. That and the mannequin challenge. Like that was
Kiki. But I agree though. Because remember, he said he didn't even want that to be a single. He was kind of forced to make it a single.
Yep.
All right, so that's a great segue into our next topic. Is we talking about culture, right? So let me see if I can find Corey's post, man.
Oh yeah, I said all these albums is mid. You don't even gotta bring it up. You can put it up.
All right, so I ain't gotta pull it up. Then I don't gotta pull it up. Corey was.
I ain't even gonna be at show. All these albums mid.
Corey was talking about the Drake album, the Nas. Yeah. By the way, this is a Black Wealth conversation, right? Because it's Black art. And it's also culture. But I find it very, very interesting, right? Because you mentioned a couple albums in that post. You mentioned the Drake album.
Jeezy. You mentioned the Jeezy album. That
Jeezy album. You mentioned the Nas album, which you should be, you get 5,000 lashes for that.
Yeah,
you was wilding though.
Mid.
But what I find interesting about it is, I was talking to Corey yesterday. We were talking about hip hop yesterday. I told Corey, I said, "Dog, you officially reached get off my lawn status." Like, Corey's like, "Yo, if you don't got on the Carhartt and Chucker boots, he don't want to hear from you. Like, you gotta be."
That's not true. That's not true at all, bro.
Language. Like, either you gotta rap 1,000 bars a minute, or you gotta speak the done language. Or Corey is not messing with you, right? But the idea of culture and wealth are connected. But the question I have, and Dion, I'm gonna bring this to you. You're a cultural critic. Is it something about the way we treat our culture versus everybody else, right?
Absolutely.
Because I see how some of our like quote unquote legends get treated, and it goes into the conversation, the whole 21 Nas conversation. Like, why?
He's a weirdo and idiot.
But forget that though. But I forget what he said. I'm talking about the deeper conversation of like, I don't see people in other music genres like talking about the legends and throwing shade that way. Like I just so my question to you is this though: why? Why is that part of our culture?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like, I really feel that the way that we criticize each other and we criticize each other's art is rooted in white supremacy, right? Because I think
hold on, we gotta give him a full screen for this one. He about to
cook.
He about to get his Sharif bag real quick. Go ahead.
Listen, I'm Dr. Umar today. We have been pitted against each other for so long that it has now become almost instinct for us to look for the bad in things about each other instead of looking for the good first. I've seen more negative posts about Wakanda Forever than I've seen positive posts, right? I've seen nobody, maybe one post say it was positive, but what happens is that like we see these things and our first instinct is to talk about how bad it was, how negative it is. I had this conversation with Jay Farrell from Saturday Night Live a couple years ago, and people just hop like they down Tyler Perry for doing this. They downed it like no one has anything positive to say, but the root of that is because we've been pit against each other. Like white supremacy is at, and we don't even realize it, right? It's like the same thing when we look at the way people are putting like black men and black women against each other to say, well, black men should do this and black women should do that, not knowing that collectively we work better together. Like the work that we do and when we're our best is when we're together, not when we're pitting each other, pitted against one another. So like when people do this, they don't understand all they're doing is like fulfilling the will of the oppressor who wants us to like separate from each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing wrong with having an opinion on if you don't like something, you don't like it. Like Connor said, if I don't like it, I don't like it. I don't mean I'm hating, right? That's fine. But what you see now is that, like there's a rush to go to social media to say, oh, this was some mid or this was whack. Like, come on, man. Like, just relax, bro. Like, just enjoy the art.
I just want to say this, right?
And I don't think that's what you did. I don't think that's what you did.
I'm not defending myself. I was talking about your broader point. I'm not talking about me personally because I love music and I love artists. Right. I know personally what I was doing, so I'm not even defending myself. I'm more talking about I think it's generational, right? Because I think because hip hop is ours and it starts as a young person's game, right? Because we never had 50-year-old rappers coming up. Right. You know what I mean? Like, so this is brand new. You know what I mean? Because we used to turn rappers, once rappers turned 30, 35, they was getting up out of here. And then, you know what I mean? And so now, we got, because rap is generational, right? And so we gotta, I know that I got that get off my lawn mentality because as soon as I start hearing them rapping triplicate, I'm off that. Like, I don't care what they saying. You can't be saying nothing too great if you rapping like that. Like, I don't want to hear it. So I know I'm old, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, right? But they doing the same thing to us, right? Because they like, man, them old heads talking about stuff that's way over our head. They talking about being billionaires or they frauding because they talking about all this violence they ain't getting into. You know what I mean? Like you old, you 45 years old. What gun you pulling on somebody? You ain't pulling no damn gun. Stop talking about that. You know what I mean? So they give us back what we give them. So I think it's a generational thing more than a cultural thing. I think it's more generational than cultural.
Do you? Like so and GC made a point too. He said that other cultures be throwing shade too. We're just not hip. And there might be some truth in that too, because to your point, GC, I don't know how much time I spend around rock and roll or punk folks into that like type of cultures. Like, so the point is valid. But it's just I guess at the highest levels and the commercial side, I just don't see it. And when it comes to our culture, like we'll take our greatest and just like poop on them. Like, so I do think
as
it's
a unit though, like as a unit.
Yeah. All right. So he said them country artists be they a whole different animal though. Like they will die for their music. I put them over here somewhere. You're right about that though. Again, you are right. But I just found that interesting because again, I think that black art a lot of times is devalued. And I have to say this in this conversation. That new Nas album is a masterpiece. I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to have like recency bias. But first of all, it's Friday to Friday. I don't know the last album I even cared about after a week. I listen to it literally every day. And I'm like, I don't remember.
Because I respect y'all too, I listened to the album 3 times, man. And I will say this about the album. There aren't any bad songs. They're just not, it's only 2 songs on the whole album that really move. So I'm not saying it's a terrible album, but it don't move me.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
Let me ask you this, because I heard a criticism the other day that I never thought about, and I want to see if you give the same criticism. What is it about the album that you do not like?
I don't,
or that is subpar to you?
I don't like Nas, so that's me.
What's about that? That's a whole
but listen, not that I don't like his rapping, but he just sound weird to me.
Again, all right. So understanding the kind of rap you like, right? Because you think all those Black Thought little joints are fire, and I think most of those are mid, right? Because, and again, I think that he's probably the best MC there is alive in terms of his ability to rap. But I don't be wanting to hear his albums though. Like I just don't want to hear him. Like, and again,
did we discuss Black Thought and Danger Mouse's album on here? I wasn't. I probably didn't hop on here for that.
No, because no one cared enough to discuss it. That's my point. No one cares about it. Here's my point.
80 acres.
No, listen to what I'm saying. I think that he probably raps better than anybody who's ever took breath in his. He's the GOAT. Like in terms of ability, but that don't always translate to music. Like I don't find myself in the car wanting to hear that. Like I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
have you listened to the Danger Mouse album?
Yes, I have. And it's fire because Danger Mouse is brilliant. It is. But I still don't find myself going back to it like I am with this one. I don't understand the whole Hit Boy Nas. Like their chemistry is just something else. Like
it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, it's something that we have never seen before. I stepped off of the porch and said that, and it's a hill that I'm willing to die on it. Hit Boy and Nas are the greatest hip hop producer MC duo that we have ever seen. The only people that can pick is that group named Gang Starr and that group named Mobb Deep. They're the only ones. But when you look at the fact that they've given us 4 classics,
so you just going to ignore the Wu-Tang. You just going to ignore that. You just you ignoring RZA and all of those like individual albums. They put out 6 individual albums in 2 years that all went platinum. You just going to ignore that.
Yeah, but that's one person and one producer.
Right, one producer, one MC.
All of them ran from RZA. Like so, most of them don't have 2 full RZA albums.
Right, that's all I'm saying. But Nas and Hit have given us 4 great. If this was 10, 20 years ago, these would be considered as classics. I'm sorry.
All right, so first of all, I want to bring this up because Corey didn't say that, right? Corey didn't say what you're saying. He said, Corey don't like Nas at all. So that's a whole different conversation.
I think Nas might have the greatest career in hip hop history.
I think Nas.
I don't personally. Like he's not in my top 5 personally because I don't like.
He has the best catalog in hip hop history.
I just said that. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Y'all say, listen, Dion, that's the crazy part. I don't even think that's debatable no more.
Listen,
Right,
I am not disagreeing. I'm not it will be debatable because you gotta, well, no, it's not debatable because Drake got too many.
I mean, everything is subjective. It's music, it's art. It's
Drake got too many scandals, but if you look at Drake catalog, it has the potential to equal to Nas.
No, you don't.
Okay, hey, listen, I'm not a Drake fan. I'm not a big Drake fan either. I'm just saying.
I am a Drake fan, Corey.
I'm no. Again, I only like a specific kind of Drake. I don't like. Yeah.
All right. So here's the crazy part, right? So Drake dropped a week ago, and I like the album with 21, but then Nas dropped. I don't even care no more. All right. So and also Nas arguably. So when you talk about that career and what you just said, Dion, about the catalog. So for the catalog to be what it is, and then to have arguably the single greatest, which many consider the greatest, a part of your catalog too.
We got somebody in we say we just ignoring Snoop.
I ain't ignoring Snoop.
We listen because we don't, we not on the West Coast.
But don't even matter. Like it's Dre and Snoop, they haven't put how many albums does Dre and Snoop actually have together? Right?
They got a few.
You gotta
look at Gin and Juice.
No.
Doggy
albums, not producing songs. Most of Snoop's songs don't even have Dre on it. 90% of Snoop's music doesn't even have Dre on it, right? Just Blaze, Kanye, and Jay. They don't have Jay doesn't have an album exclusively with when you
break it down, when you break it down into what is widely considered as hip hop classics, right? Nas and Hit Boy, their only competition in this conversation is Gangstar. Gangstar arguably gave us 3 to 4 classics, right? Mm-hmm. Mobb Deep arguably gave us 3 to 4 great albums.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite group of all time.
I know, and I know you still listen to Infamous to this day, every day, correct?
That's my favorite album of all time.
How can you listen to that? How you don't like Done though? Done is like no man. But yo,
I just said it's 2 songs on the album that move me.
All right, so
his son is one of them.
So I think that people are misunderstanding what you said, Dion, because they're Just Blaze, Kanye, and Jay. None of these people, Wu-Tang, none of these groups fit into what you just said.
Nah. One rapper, one producer. Give me your Pete Rock and CLs. Give me whoever you got.
What about Missy Elliott in the other? What about Missy Elliott in the Bull?
What about him? How many classics they got?
Missy and Tim. How many classic albums? We ain't talking about songs.
I don't know. I'm just saying. If you look at her plaque, she got 3 or 4 classic albums. Compared, according to what people say.
Yes, 3 or 4 albums that have been commercially successful. Nobody considers any Missy albums classics. Like,
listen, man, I don't know, man. I got a fly in here, and it's driving me nuts.
Yeah, see, that's because you're saying some foul stuff, man. That's the universe telling you that you foul, man. That fly came from the upside down to smack you real fast.
It's middle of November. Why are flies still alive?
Yeah. All right, but again, are you talking about Wayne in terms of career, or are you talking about Wayne? Their body of work. So I don't think Wayne has had a better career, like in terms of catalog. I don't think Wayne's catalog can compete with Nas's at all. No. Wayne has had an amazing career, and that's no shot to him. But it's just that the quality is so crazy to me. And Hit Boy, and again, I don't listen to a lot of other stuff that he produces for other people. I have heard the stuff he done with Big Sean and stuff like that, but it's like he left Earth on it. Yo, that 5 Heartbeats flip was like, what?
Crazy. The Mary J. Blige flip is crazy. And this is how you know that this is a great combination, because Game went and tried to steal this magic for his album, his double album with 75 songs on it. Nobody cared nothing about it. And Game cared rap. Nobody cared nothing. He was dissing Eminem. Only these two. I don't know what it is. I don't know how they got it. It's Redman and Rottweiler. They don't have. They're a great combo. They are, but only for a specific period.
Yeah, but they didn't put enough to working together. They didn't do complete albums. Like, quality is subjective, though. This is true too.
You could throw Redman and Eric Sermon in there.
Yeah.
Yancey, no. Dion, is Missy better than Rhapsody?
Absolutely not. Are you crazy?
I'm messing with you, bro. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you, bro. I'm just messing with you.
Yo,
shout out to Tweet Talk for asking the question. I wasn't
there's only 2 female rappers that I would put, well, 3 that I would put on the same gun line as Rhapsody, and that's
Drake and who else?
No, well, I mean, yeah, he a female rapper too sometimes.
Yo, Missy, what?
But no, I would put Lauren because Lauren got bars.
I ain't trying to hear that debate about whether Lauren is rapping now. But go ahead. Who else?
I would put at her height MC Lyte, and I would put at her height Queen Latifah on that same line as Rhapsody. Now, there's other. These, people be trying to talk about Kim and Eve and all that. Like, Eve is my favorite female rapper of all time because she's from Philly and she was talking that talk and she was with Rough Riders. But
it was
as far as skills wise, she's not on the same level as those.
I mean, we'll see now. All right, so now, and again, I'm not trying to take this way off topic, but if we're talking strictly skills, there's so many nice females.
Listen, Bahamadia, we got a couple more for Cyrock. Like, we got a lot of Philly women that can get. But I mean, it's 10 people. It's 10 people outside of us that know who Cyrock is, as far as on art that know us.
But here's the body of work, though, and I think that's the question. You said that even with Remy on got put so much work. In terms of body of work, Missy does have a body of work that's got to be respected, right?
Absolutely.
All right. So here's the thing about any sort of content that you do. I respect people that put work in, right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's one of the reasons why, I respect Lil Wayne. I listen. I remember when Lil
everywhere
Wayne,
from 2007.
And folks was hating him. I'm like, yo, he really worked his way into being elite. Like, he was going nuts. So I respect that. But anyway, the overall conversation about culture, right, that I just really wanted to have was about first of all, Corey is part of Get Off My Lawn game. We gotta get him his official stamp.
But but I don't know if Corey, you can put him because Nas is rapping 95.
He don't like Nas though. So if he don't like Nas, it don't matter. If he didn't like Nas coming into this, it doesn't matter.
No, I think I loved Nas, and then when he started going that Nas Escobar route, I just couldn't listen to it. And then I like the album. I just don't think it's great.
Man,
but you also mentioned the Jeezy album, Corey.
That joint is garbage. I didn't want to say that joint is patootie. I just didn't want to. I don't want to because I don't like pooping on black people in public. But that album is basura.
Do you like any? Have you ever been a Jeezy fan?
Yes, I like Jeezy. That album is basura.
Trap or Die Jeezy?
Yes.
This
101, 102, 103, Jeezy.
And how do you like 103, but you don't like this?
Listen, man.
So here's the thing,
different lifetime, different time period. I don't like this. I don't.
So here's the one thing I have a question about in terms of that, right? And everybody hit the like button if you still watch, you still rocking with us. We are getting ready to do our Bitcoin giveaway. We was talking about culture real fast. The one thing I don't understand is to me, what's interesting about the Jeezy and Nas album is they're rapping like grown men. They're the conversations they're having.
Hey, but Jeezy's still having the same conversation.
No, he's not. He's telling folks to stay out of the street. He's basically the anti-Jeezy on this album.
No, man. I guess.
What's the song on there? Street Cred? Where he
he had one bar.
No, it's not one bar. No,
you're right.
The first Jeezy song gave me chills. The first song on the album gave me chills. So, Corey, are you a Pusha fan?
I love Pusha T.
See, Corey want to hear people sell drugs. That's what it is. Jeezy didn't sell one brick on his album, and Corey don't like it. That's what it is. I got it now.
I guess.
But Pusha's content hasn't changed over the last 20 years.
But that's exactly what I like about it. Though.
All right, so that's the problem then.
That's exactly what I like about it.
I want people to grow.
That's what I like about it. It hasn't changed because I don't want to hear nothing else from him. If he starts talking about some other stuff, I'm like, get out of here, bro. Because I don't even want to hear that from you.
But you just said with Jeezy, but with Jeezy, you don't want him to grow. Or you said Jeezy is selling bricks all on the album. You said Jeezy's selling bricks all on the album.
He's not though.
But I'm not.
He's not.
It don't sound different to me. It don't sound any different. It don't like I said. I'm a fan. Again, I'm not like a major like Jeezy, but like I like Jeezy. He's just not. I don't know. I don't know. I like pushing.
I think it's the best Jeezy album we've got in probably 12 years.
I mean, I can't tell you the albums he dropped in the last 12 years. I don't think I listened to a Jeezy album until just now. So,
like,
I think 101, 102, and 103. 103 was probably within the last 12 years, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Again, I'm a Jeezy. I'm not a stan. I'm just a fan. So
you like a song.
But this is like what people say, like adult hip hop, like Big Snow, talking about My Accountant, like Street Cred, Most Hated. He's not. He's actually the anti Jeezy on here. To me, that was interesting. He's talking about grown man stuff.
It's all right.
Corey, this is the point that you just made about hip hop growing. Like you just talked about us.
Hey, listen,
20 years ago.
And y'all are the curators of that, and I'm glad y'all here to help curate that. I don't got to listen to
now, Corey. What are you listening to now? Other than the Infamous and the Lauryn Hill.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you my second favorite group. No, I don't like. No, my second favorite group is De La Soul.
Okay, that's great. I love De La Soul. I have plenty of De La Soul.
If you ask me, De La Soul got 3 classic albums.
Stakes is high. I get it.
Grind Day
I won't argue with that.
And the joint with Saturday on it. All 3 of them albums is.
I mean, I would like to all 3 being classics.
And I have my older cousin. I have this conversation with my older cousin all the time. What that has come out in the last 2 years are you listening to right now?
I still listen to. I still listen to Kendrick John. I still listen to I like Simba. I like the Simba John. And that's
really good for a day. That was fire for a day.
And that's about it though.
Lucas freestyle was good. It was good.
No,
that was his best bars. But again, it's all subjective.
He got a joint called Goat that caught my ear and then made me listen to the album. So.
But I like the Young Boy's dope. Young Boy's dope, but that's the great.
Yeah, but that's about it. Like I like young boy rappers that can rap. So if they start, as soon as they start talking in triplicate, I'm off that. So 90% of these rappers I can't even listen.
Yo, there's
the reason why it took me 3 days to get through the Drake album because I had to like make myself listen to 21 Savage. Before that Drake album, I had never heard a 21 Savage verse. Not all the way through.
All right, it's time to move over quick because I see Dion's face. Dion, I do want to say this.
I on my hand to whatever God you pray to.
I believe you,
before this album, I had never heard a verse of his all the way through. I cut that shit off as soon as he started talking.
I like 21. I think I like 21 for a different reason. I think 21 is hilarious. I think it's almost like comedy. His ad libs are funny to me. So I listen to him. It's weird, but I listen to him for the ad libs to laugh. But
it took me 3 days to get through Drake's album because of him.
Yo, listen. Here's the crazy part, Dion. I was looking at, how you can see the stuff that you listen to the most in your profile.
Mm-hmm.
So I listen to KD3 so much that it's already amongst the top 2 albums that I listen to this year. And the crazy part, so I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, there's only 2 albums that I run back, and one of them is R&B album. Watch the Sun by PJ Morton. So PJ Morton's album, and Nas album, right? So you know what I'm saying? Like, and for those who are not familiar with PJ Morton, boy, like
PJ
young Steve, he's fire.
Do your Googles.
Yeah, do your Googles. PJ Morton is fire. But so those are the only 2 that are like in my that I just constantly repeat. And KD3 is on repeat, dog. Like
album of the year for you, Jim, is KD3.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Nah. Yeah. I think the Young Boy album better than that.
Who?
Simba?
No. Who?
I know y'all stop saying who.
Kendrick. You say Young Boy. Nah. This is not even the top 3 Kendrick album. Nah.
I think Kendrick's album is better than KD3.
Not even close.
Okay.
I mean, no, it's opinion. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. I ain't mad at you.
It's not better than any of the KDs. Any of them.
That joint ain't better than Kevin Durant, right? Isn't it?
That joint ain't better than KD 35.
Ain't better than Kevin Duckworth. None of the K.
Oh, wow, no, yo. That joint ain't better than Kevin Durant 35.
No, man. Kevin Duckworth, any KD you want to name. Nah.
King's Dominion, nothing.
Yo, it ain't bad. King's Dominion. Yo, wow.
No,
hey, man. Congratulations, man. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. Okay. Like, again, I don't have a problem with Nas's album. It's not bad. I would not. Listen, it's not a bad album. I just don't think it's a classic album. I don't like it. I don't like it as a classic.
I think what it was is Corey was such a Jay-Z fan that he ain't like the way that played out. Which I find funny too, though, because there's a lot of Jay-Z fans who, like, at this point, like, they forever hate the ball.
No, but Nas has surpassed them, and Jay can't come back. Like Jay can't. Like, when it comes to catalog, Jay can't recover at this point. At this point in their career, Jay would have to drop at least 4 classic albums. Like, when you break down Nas's classics, Illmatic, what was the second joint for it?
It was written.
It was written. Stillmatic, all classics, right?
Stillmatic, yeah,
all classics.
Those without question the classics. Then you got some other joints that people
Lost
argue
about. One is arguably a classic,
and stuff like that. They will argue about whether they classic or not.
Right, but we could say for all intents and purposes, he got 4 right there. Jay probably at 4 or 5 at this point, right? But when you add Nas's 4 at this level in a career, that's 8. That's 8.
Yo, and you left out Life is Good.
Life is good. Life is good.
Hold up. Distant Relatives with Damian Marley.
Yo, that's the most that's the Nas album that I like the best that he brought out over the last 10 years.
But that's what he's talking about with the catalog, right? So what I'll say is this though. So when did Nas surpass Jay? He's talking about in terms of their catalog, right? So whoever you think raps better, you think rap better. But in terms of this catalog, I told Corey though, I said a lot of stuff that's in Jay's catalog that folks like, I don't even like. Like, I think Blueprint is overrated, but that's either here or there. But
let's go there for a minute, Jim. I'm interested in hearing this. Oh,
I've always said this. I said this since day one. There's too many skippables on it for me. Now, Blueprint, and again, I know they're like, yo, what are y'all talking about? How y'all go this far? Blueprint and Volume, what is that? Volume 1. I think those two are similar albums, right? Where the highs are extremely high
and the lows are
there's a lot of mid there. Whether we're talking about Hola, Jovito, I'm not a fan of Girls.
Really?
What else is there? There's a lot of mid on there.
Yo,
you like Hola, Jovito? You really like that? When I roll up with my people,
it's okay. No, so this is what I think makes this album a classic, right? I think that I agree. There are some skippables on. There are some songs that I skip, absolutely. But I think this album ushered in number 1, the soul. I ain't gonna say ushered in, the new generation of the soul samples. And I think the soul samples and the songs that are great, they supersede the skippables.
But that's what I'm saying. The highs are extremely high, but jigga that nigga. I don't want to hear that. Like, I just don't care to hear that. I don't care to hear Hola Jovito. I don't care to hear Girls. Like, there's a lot of songs when I play it, I'm like, yo, I can't listen to this, right? And Volume 1 is like that too, because the highs on Volume 1. Some of his best songs, like the Volume 1, right?
My favorite song from Jay-Z is on Volume 1.
Oh, mine too. You already know what it is. Like,
Imaginary Player.
Yeah, you put that on, I feel like my net worth increases by like a couple hundred.
I just
listening to it.
Yeah, I just turned into a multi-billionaire when I listen to that.
Yeah, you can't tell me nothing.
Reasonable Doubt is, we can agree, is the best Jay-Z album.
All right, so hold on. Me and Corey took a trip, right, from DC to Philly. Well, we argued about this for the whole trip, right? Because I believe it's not even close in his Reasonable Doubt. He believes it's the Black Album. And we literally went song by song, and we still can't come to an agreement.
I believe Black Album is the best Jay-Z album.
I got Reasonable Doubt. I don't even think it's close.
Hey, listen, I love Reasonable Doubt. I sang along with just about every song on Reasonable Doubt. Again, don't try to say that I'm pooping on Reasonable Doubt. Mm-hmm. I just think that Black Album is better.
Black Album just got some songs on it where I just don't care. Like, again, and not everybody has.
That's how I feel about Reasonable Doubt. First of all, Reasonable Doubt wasn't my introduction to Jay-Z. Volume 1 was my introduction. I heard Reasonable Doubt after I heard Volume 1.
Really?
Yeah. So for me, like, I was on Jay-Z before even Reasonable Doubt. So for me, it's like,
when he was on when he was on Kane's album.
Yeah, like
no, I heard Jay-Z before that, but I didn't hear the album before that.
All right, shout out to Rock Noxious who agrees that that's his best album. Like, I don't like any soon.
I
don't care about what people agree to.
I know you don't. I know you don't. But I was just like, let me get a bit of a shout out, man. But I'm gonna put this on the record.
Old man,
do I care? Do I care?
Get off my lawn. When Justify My Thug comes on, I cut the radio off. I'm just gonna put it that way.
Oh yeah, Justify My Thug and the what's the other joint?
Cut that off, man.
What's this? What is it? Sunshine?
Sunshine was on volume 1. That's oh man, that's terrible.
Yeah.
So Dion, are those a combo of books and vinyl records behind you? That's a nice backdrop. Yeah, this is why Dion comes on to talk culture, man. Dion is a legend.
Dion is a legend
in the music business.
Yeah, y'all not understanding how legendary Dion is.
Yeah.
Coming on our show, that he's bringing up our profile. This is not the other way around. I'm not understanding this.
I haven't been here in a while, man. So the people forgot about me. Yeah. But actually, like, yes.
They don't understand how legendary your career is. Like how many places and things you done and things. You know what I mean? Like they not understanding this. Like you might have to tell your story.
They probably know him by Showtime.
Right, I just got away now, man. I just got away. But yes, Ashley. Also, listen to my episode on By the Hood, which is episode what, y'all? Like,
I'll tell you in a second. He definitely was on the pod. Dion was on the pod talking about his career, and we got into some hip hop debates there too. Because we'll be talking about business, and it always like vultures.
It always devolves into this conversation, but it's not devolving because it's evolving, right? Because we all evolve in a different way. Right?
Episode 149. Episode 149. Wow. Yeah. So, with that being said, man, we're getting ready to do our giveaway, man. We all agree. Corey's get off my lawn gang, but it's okay, bro. It's okay.
I'm fully okay with it.
Listen, for those that haven't checked out,
I'm not even get off my lawn. I am sit on my shotgun. I'm sitting on my lawn with a shotgun. I mean, like, that's where I'm at.
As soon as they start with the triplicate, he cuts it off.
That's like, yeah, I'm done. I got no.
All right, so my only thing from here is listen to KD3 if you haven't, and also if you haven't, the best R&B album this year, Watch the Sun by PJ Morton. In my opinion.
No, yeah. I mean, some people argue about with that because they what's the sister name from Philly, Jasmine Sullivan. They said that album right there is doing.
Well, I think that was.
Did it come out this year or Hotels came out last year?
I think that was last year. If I'm not mistaken. Either
last year. Okay, well then it's this year's year. Then it's
no, but that album was fire. But actually, my second favorite R&B album is probably Alex Isley, who is the daughter of actually one of the Isleys, but her album is fire.
Alex Isley.
I haven't. Yeah, I gotta write that.
Yeah, man.
I ain't even get into that, John.
Listen, man.
Now I got something to listen to tonight.
Okay, so
R&B, man. I'm the R&B guy. Y'all don't want to get in the R&B. I'm gonna stop because y'all don't want to get in the R&B. I'm the R&B guy. But Alex Isley's album, is called Marigold. MARIGOLD. Absolutely brilliant.
Jim, what are your thoughts on the Ronald Isley and Rick Ross joint? Isley brothers.
No comment. Yo. Hey, yo. No comment. All right. So
I'm not gonna go. I can't go at the guy.
The missus knows Alex Isley. She has songs with PJ Morton. Yeah, so there you go. And those are my two favorite R&B acts right now: Alex Isley and PJ Morton. They need to go on tour together. I actually would go to that show.
Yeah, PJ's on tour now. He was just in Charlotte a couple weeks ago.
All right, download Marigold now. Good, no doubt, Fred. No doubt. Let me know how you feel about it, man. Shoot me a message on the book. Let me know if you like it or anywhere online. Let me know how you like it. But yeah, and my favorite song is number 3 on that song is crazy. With that being said, though, everybody put your ones up if you want to be put into our giveaway. So we talked about business, we talked about culture, we talked about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Corey said he got a shotgun on the lawn. He said, get off my lawn. He's get off my lawn or you die again.
Sit on my lawn with a shotgun. Yeah, that's how we do it.
Corey about to get off this joint now and go listen to the Juice.
One question before we go. Before I got it, Corey. What is your thoughts on Glorilla?
I don't have any thoughts on Glorilla because I don't have anything nice to say.
What you think about Glorilla, Dion?
I love her. I love her. I love everything she does. I think the movement is crazy.
I'm gonna tell you what drives me crazy though. These young girls be having these songs that get stuck in my head, and I can't stop singing them, and then I get mad. You know what song is stuck in my head for like a week? The chick from New York, Telfie. What's her name? It's on the Glorilla vibe too. Is like, you know, they got their own little pocket.
Not Ice Spice.
Nah. Even her joint though.
Yeah, Ice Spice had me in the chokehold for a minute.
Yeah, even that joint though.
See, I can't even listen. I listened to that song one time, and then I was like, yeah, I'm never doing that again.
That's such a dope record, man. Like I think she deserves every single thing she. I love it.
You thought I was feeling you? Yo, I hated that because it got stuck on my head. But I'm telling you, the joint. What's the chick's name? Her song was called Telfie, yo. And I'll be singing that song. It's about the bag. You know what I'm saying? Telfair bags. Maya the Don.
It's like a drill rap joint.
Yes, her name is Maya.
See, I don't like trash. I don't like trash TV. So like those kind of songs, like they don't appeal to me. Like those kind of songs remind me of trash TV.
Oh, I like that too, though. See? But anyway, her name is Maya the Don. Dion, look it up. Yeah, it's called Telfie. Yo, I watched that video. I was like, yo, I can't stop singing this, but I hate the fact that
you're singing it.
Yeah. Yo, Chad sent me some ratchet stuff too. She just brought it up here. Shibuya.
Oh, I seen the Shibuya joint. I've seen that.
You saw that? Listen, it's a whole subgenre of rap right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? With the hood chicks, it's like getting they shine finally. But you know,
more power to them. I want them to get their money. I just don't gotta listen to it.
But that's the beauty. That's the beauty of where the culture is, right? Is that you have something for everybody. Everything can coexist.
I love the fact that they get in their basket. You know what I mean? Like they get in that bushel of money. I go get it. You know what I mean? Glorilla, Ice Spice, whatever. You know what I mean? Whoever y'all talking about, go get your bag. I just
whoever y'all talking about.
Yeah, because I don't listen to any of that stuff. It makes me feel stupid. Yeah, man. For sure.
Yeah, she was super dope, man. Like I love Hurricane G.
All right, let's
get to it.
Let's get to the real name.
I know that LaJoya was first.
Yeah, then we got Chaz.
Catch the rest of these ones.
We got Chaz.
You said Chaz.
Put up Maya the Don. I love the cover already, Jim. I love it already. Just the cover of the joint.
Yo, mad ratchet, dog.
Jose.
Mad ratchet. You said Jose. It's gonna get stuck in your head all evening, though, Dion. I'm telling you. And if you watch her performing live, the chicks know every word.
Every word.
Tweet is one of them.
Tweets.
Remember how when Bodak Yellow came out?
Oh God!
And they would say word.
Lord.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Sweet talk.
All right, so we got Jose. Did you get Lorraine?
Yeah, I already got
Lorraine on Tweet Talk. Right? Tweet Talk. I already typed it. Tweet Talk. What else?
Fred B.
What else?
Ashley. Rock Knox. Greg. Jovan. Melvin. Jamil. And Cookie.
All right, give y'all a couple minutes before we spin. So far, we got LaJoya, Chaz, Jose, Lorraine, Tweet Talk, Fred, Ashley, Obnoxious, Greg, Jovan, Melvin, Jamil, and Cookie. Just the rules. We give away 2 prizes, two $25 worth of Bitcoin. And all you have to do is let me know that you're here still and shoot me or Corey a message with your cash tag, and we will get you paid this evening. It's really that simple. So another 30 seconds or so in case we're missing anybody. But, I just read off who's here. You know what I'm saying? We got like 4 times as many people watching than put in. So a lot of y'all got chicken, so y'all don't even care about this. But it is what it is, man.
I want to win Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's all good, though.
I took my free Bitcoin winners and put them right in the Bybit and almost quadrupled that joint at one point.
Oh, I heard that. So Dion's gonna check out Maya the Don. Fred B's gonna check out Alex Isley, man. So I feel good, man. I got some little music recommendations.
Alex Isley is something I'm definitely gonna look into tonight.
Yeah, that's that R&B, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, anyway, with that being said, 10 seconds and we're gonna start the spin. Real quick, our podcast, right? Our current podcast, you gotta check it out.
Oh yeah,
our current podcast. We got Keisha from Quick Abstract. She has one of the largest Black-owned title companies in the country. A sister who has a title company. She is on our most recent podcast. Great conversation. She talks about the importance of title insurance, how she got in the business. So make sure you definitely check that out. If you're in the MDC, make sure you pull up on Sunday at noon. We are on fire right now. The plays that we're calling out, like this is a run. This is like a King's disease run we on right now.
No, man. No.
Better term, you know what I'm saying?
No, you lacking better terms.
Yeah, like it's just that's what it is, man. Like, you know, I'm just saying that's the kind of run we on right now. So I gotta say that. So make sure you're there at noon.
Lakers in the 80s. Lakers in the 80s, man. 5
this is different, man. Like this run is really crazy. Like, you know, as Nas says on King's Disease, man, like I'm on fire. Like, never mind. Anyway, you see Jamil. I'm still looking at some more names out here. So I'm gonna pull this question up. When you get a chance, check out Cold Fusion on YouTube. I subscribe to Cold Fusion. All these folks that you on, I've seen. Kenny Parker was just on something else too. Kenny Parker.
Really? Well, I was trying to think of the exact same thing. I was just trying to remember it too. He was.
Yeah, he was on somebody else's pod. I just saw. You know what was interesting? I'm gonna tell you an interesting conversation I just saw, and I gotta finish it. I was watching it before we came on here. Is Peter Rosenberg was on with what's his face? The Lord Jamar.
You know about the Kyrie and the Kanye joint.
Yeah, Rosenberg came on Lord Jamar's platform. But what was interesting to me is that like it wasn't a bunch of screaming, like because I thought, you know, Jamar is like I thought they had a great conversation though. I was like, okay, actually, you know, not forget who you agree with, because you know that's irrelevant. But they had a great conversation. I thought that was dope too. Speaking of content. So, but Jamil, you know, I am Jamil. I watch more YouTube than TV at this point. Like, folks be like, you see this? I was like, I seen such and such last video. Like, yeah, I'm a YouTube dude, YouTube snob. With that being said, though, make sure you subscribe to By the Hood on YouTube if you haven't already.
You know who watch more YouTube than you?
Yeah, Corey's son, dog. Corey.
I don't think my man ever watched TV in his life.
Well, he's the YouTube god. Like he's the YouTube god. I like checked his watch hours and he was averaging like 19, 20 hours a day. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? But anyway, yeah, I mean, shout out to CJ, man. Shout out to CJ. I ain't seen the young king in a while. Shout out to CJ.
I'm gonna get him back through for Christmas, man. So for his birthday.
No doubt. All right, so let's do our first spin. Good luck to everybody. Remember, you gotta let us know you're still here. And you know, let's get it popping. You thought I was feeling you? This nigga's a munch. All right, so we got Chaz with the W.
What's going on?
Chaz with the W. Shout out to Chaz. Thought I was feeling you? Yeah, so Jamil saw
Chaz is a trade guy too. If you haven't checked out her, she got a Google page. Go to her Google page and write her a review. If you've used her services, go to her Google page and write her a review.
Yeah,
I'm gonna book some sessions with Chaz, man, as a refresher because I'm rusty.
Oh yeah, Chaz is one of the goats out here. Jamil, I gotta add you to the list because you've seen everything too. Look, he did do an excellent interview with Rosenberg with audio. So the audio was kind of trash. It was a crazy echo, but I just thought overall the conversation was good. So shout out to them. But Chaz is here, so she gets the dub. And she also says thanks, Corey, and a bunch of folks.
Water. She get that quarter water. She get more than a dub.
A lot of folks are wishing Chaz congratulations. We got one more to give away. So remember, if you're here, you gotta let us know. And we got you this evening. But good luck to everybody. Let's get it popping.
Damn. I think she got a cheat code, bro. She got
She's like on a King's disease run right now. But so Joy, shoot me a message. Congratulations for winning again. Listen,
King's
also be on the lookout.
Almost as bad as that damn Chick-fil-A thing.
Yo. No,
Jim, can I ask one question? Jim, let me ask one question. And I'm not even going to ask Corey. At this point, do we still need the Nas and Primo album, or are we cool where we at?
Oh, I don't even want them to do it no more. I want King's Disease 4. Like, I don't even want it. They can chill on that. Like, it's weird. Yeah. Like, it's almost weird, right? When you find someone who's exceptional, right? And I guess the only person I could compare it to is one of the names of the songs on the album. It's like, well, Mike got with Quincy, right? Well, Mike got with Quincy. It took Mike because as much as people his
Mike
run
Mike was regular until he got with Quincy.
So Mike, I wouldn't call him regular. Mike was already a star, but when he got with Quincy, that's when he had people in the middle of the earth passing out. Like Mike was just different once he got with Quincy.
Yeah, man. He had people in Atlantis passing out.
Yeah, so yo, any of y'all, and no spoilers though, because I'm not spoiling.
I ain't spoiling nothing.
Any of y'all see the new Black Panther though?
Yeah, I seen it.
You saw it, Corey? How about you?
Huh? We went to see my wife and I. We went to see it. We had to leave because my son got sick at school. So I've seen like the first hour of it.
Okay.
And then the school sent an email saying, "We've been trying to call you for the last 2 hours. Come get your kid."
Oh. All right. So
was looking at the bad parents.
First off, shout out to my company, man, Mosaic. We had a private screening, and what I found. All right. So this goes back to our original conversation about Twitter. Twitter can never go because Twitter is the funniest place in the world. So I'm laughing after I watched it. I wanted to see what everybody else thought. So Twitter is like when you go to see what people think about things. And they're talking about what's the boy's name? Neymar,
yeah.
Dog, Black Twitter calls boy Aqua Poppy. And when I saw that, I just died. I was like, yo, they don't take nothing serious.
Aqua Poppy.
And they were like, what made it funny is they were having full conversations. They're like, yeah, because the part with Aqua Poppy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, hold up. And I see somebody else said, Aqua Poppy was kicking ass. And da-da-da. I'm like, hold up.
Aqua Poppy.
They're literally calling this Yo, absolutely love Black Twitter, man. So with that being said, man, this has been another amazing episode. Dion, brother, thank you for pulling up with us, man.
Appreciate you, man.
I want to see you, man. What's your IG page, man? What's your @ name?
It's about to change, but for right now, it's at Showtime Says. It's about to change. We're going to rebranding top of the year, doing more parenting. So it'll be actually, don't even follow Showtime Says. Follow the Glad Dad at the Glad Dad. That's something popping right now. At the Glad Dad.
I noticed you leaving the Showtime out of it, man. You were a legend at Showtime. Like, you going to just get rid of the whole what's
time
going on,
man? I ain't been on the radio in 2 years, man. It's time to rebrand. Like it's other bags out there I gotta get. So.
I respect that, man. You about to start your King's Disease run. I get it.
Right. But for real, man, thank y'all.
King's Disease and Chick-fil-A on the same level.
So the new one. You said Glad Dad.
At the Glad Dad is another page that I have now, but my Showtime Says page is going to change the top of the year. I just have it locked in.
Glad has other meanings. Never mind.
No. Glad with one D. Just one pause. Just one D.
One A.
Okay. Whatever it is. Just one of everything. Just one of everything. Yep.
At the Glad Dad. So make sure you guys go follow him on his new page. He's going through a rebrand.
Or just follow at Black People Parenting, whichever one works for you.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Listen, we appreciate you as always, good brother, man. For everybody out there, we appreciate y'all as well. If you're in a group, make sure you check us out Sunday at noon. That's when class starts. Other than that, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you share with family and friends. Leave us feedback, and we appreciate y'all. Those that have won the Bitcoin, I'm at y'all in about an hour. I'll have it. Just make sure you shoot me the inbox. Even though I have both of y'all Cash App names, send it to me anyway. That being said, see y'all next Friday. We love y'all. Please stay safe out there. Peace.